think we may be live. Isn't that exciting?
Yay!
So hopefully we have some viewers this afternoon. Alright. I can't see you right now. This was recommended by my daughter. I asked her, what should I play today?
Good choice.
Come on, people, where are you today?
Feel free to dance.
Yes.
Join the party.
Well, I'd better introduce us, don't you think? How's everyone doing? Hello, good evening. Out there in the world, wherever you may be, we're so excited to reconnect with you, to bring some insight, a little inspiration, and ignite you, that inner you. So if you're here, please give us a like sign and let us know where you're coming from, because we've got friends from all over the place, all over the world, all over the states, and we just want to know exactly where you're coming from. So welcome to the Influencer Show. My name is Barbie Latavisi, your family law mediator and relationship coach, alongside my dear friend Andy Shepard, who is also a relationship coach. We are coming to you from Southern California. It's not so sunny today, is it, Andy?
Not so much.
We are collaborating in an effort to bring you value and advice on relationships that we all know can be a little bit of a challenge these days. So today, I want you to listen intently with an open heart and mind. I believe we all can be transformed if we put forth the time and the energy. You have an amazing ability to overcome whatever obstacles may be presenting in your heart or pressing your heart right now. And, intimidation from the other side, guys, you do not need that. You have no idea how much you will unveil for yourself and what your true potential is until you do something about it. And so here's what's happening. I like to keep it all positive, but the truth is the truth. So I wanted to share with you that today we have a preponderance amount of ladies trying to get better, and men out there are also struggling, which opens up to the fact that some are doing the internal work, and well, some others are not. So where does that put us in relationships today, right? Sadly, in a major, major, major regression state. Ladies are meeting men who are not doing the work and settling for men who are not tempered, men who are not connected spiritually. And I'm not here to bash on anybody, but I see it all too often. And so I thought Andy and myself would talk about this wonderful topic. So bear with me, my dear fabulous friends. You must get your character together. Men, your ladies indeed can be enough for you. So I'll let you in on a huge secret, and that is, if a man does not have self-worth, is not disciplined, it will never, ever work. There will always be someone prettier and funnier, but if that man is not content or satisfied within himself and he has no self-discipline, I think we know what's going to happen. It doesn't matter. So please stop. Stop taking on the responsibility that he wasn't ready to get in a relationship. It is not your fault that he was not the right man. an abuser, or a cheater. So please stop blaming yourself about the weight, your particular weight, and other insecurities that sometimes kind of rise within us. And him acting the way he has been undoubtedly is unacceptable and gluttonous in a way, but it's true. You can help. You really can help someone playing you, um, or you can't, but you can definitely help yourself from getting played. So I don't know, Andy, what do you think about this? This is huge right now.
No, it definitely is huge. It's interesting what you're saying about women doing a lot of inner work and men not doing it. And you are so right. I'm doing a course at the moment with Tony Robbins and Dean Graciosi, and it's like maybe 80, 90% are women. It blows my mind, absolutely blows my mind. What is going on? And I guess, yeah, I mean, I can relate to it. I've done a lot of inner work myself in different ways. When my school was about to go completely under and me become bankrupt, when I'm putting the hours in, I believe I'm intelligent because I've got a degree. I used to be a top engineer in a computer company, and I used to get paid top dollar. I had a Mercedes, a house of my own, blah, blah, blah. What is going on? And I went, well, I'm not working with my mind. And at that point, everything changed. And I think guys are into, yeah, do some physical work. We're all about muscle. And so, yeah, we use thought process, but we don't maybe consider the inner aspects of it. And I think women are, because they're more intuitive generally, and they're more in contact definitely with their femininity, which is intuition, that this is more easy for them to relate to and realize that it's okay. It's something important to study. I think that's where the start of this mismatch comes from. But the men who do start to do the inner work, wow, it's amazing how they achieve more, they make more money, they just do everything quicker, faster, better. It really is night and day, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, for the men, from my personal experience, I would have to say that it's really important that you're sure that you want her, because once you do, you're essentially accepting her. It's natural that you
Mm.
both will grow in a relationship at a conceivable pace, but you can't expect her to change her, what I like to call altitude, because you've wasted her time to take it to the next level. And you've decided to play around. Mature love does not operate clearly at all this way. And so I am a true advocate for coaching. There's something very catharsis about going through the process. And I just want men here, because I know I've got a lot of male followers, not to think that I'm hating on you, but the ladies are going to therapy. They're reading their books and they're doing coaching, to get it right within, because they're so confused. I talk to so many ladies, and this has become quite an epidemic. And my advice is, really both men and women must invest in the self, to get past the same issues, learning and reading about how to be compatible and agreeable and become a great leader may be a good start. I mean, I know that's kind of where I started. And earlier you were talking about the money, this is super concerning to me, because today our ladies are caring more about money. And I don't know if you see this, I see it in so many platforms,
Yeah.
that they care about, then they actually care about meeting a mate or a great man. So here's the secret. Money is not going to solve the issue, just because in other aspects of life it does. So we need to be right within, match our partner's efforts, and and battle all those childhood traumas needed to iron out. You know, we definitely need to iron those things before pursuing any kind of relationship.
Yeah, I mean, if you're only looking for a man for money, then that just shows the depth of what the relationship's about. And the other thing is, what's going to happen when the guy's not got money anymore? You know, because there are times when every person, unfortunately, goes through hard times, and it's just one of those things. We've just come through a pandemic. We know about this. There was no security. People lost jobs. People were short of money. This is going to happen at some stage. So we need to, if that is what you're looking for, you're not going to be very happy. You know, to me, one thing that I learned, going a little bit off topic, was when I was in Brazil. I learned what true happiness was, and it isn't about money. I remember I made it, and when I went there, went there to be with a woman. That didn't work out, so I fell in love with Brazil, and I just went, okay, I'm going to go. If somebody invites me somewhere, I'm going to go. Even if it's something that I'm not interested in, I'm going to go just to be with people. And I remember one lunchtime, somebody invited me to somebody's house, and this place, you call it a house, it wasn't. It was just a collection of breeze blocks, which had been organized as a shelter. This was the poorest place I've ever been in my life, and I had the best lunch of my life. I had like 2 lettuce leaves, a tomato, and that was it. And that because I was vegetarian, but there was lots of beer, lots of people, lots of happiness. I couldn't have been happier if you'd have given me the top food on the planet. It's irrelevant. I realized what true happiness was. It's about friendship. It's about love. It's about accepting other people for who they are, not judging. And I think this is what we can take into relationships as well. We're looking for the wrong things. We should look at a person and see the beauty in that person, the humanity, see the good in that person, see the ability, all of these things. At that point, we become rich, I think.
Absolutely. You know, simplicity, sometimes we underestimate the ability that it offers us. And within, you know, this vision that you were referring to, I would have to say the most important question to ask ourselves is gauging the marriage worthiness of a dating relationship. You know, ask ourselves, do we see and treat each other as equal partners? You know, do we listen to each other? Are we respectful of one another's opinions, even when we disagree, right? And do we make decisions together? You know, I believe in evaluating a dating relationship. If the answers to these are clearly no, we should probably go the other way, right? Absolutely. Yeah. I value relationships. Now I certainly know an awful lot about mature love. And, you know, sometimes we just have to go through the hard knocks to learn all these things. You know, I've been married to the same man twice, you know, and divorced him twice. Andy has been married for the first time here. How many years back?
It's only, well, we've known each other for 7 years, and we're married for just over a year now.
You see, and I think that's beautiful when you can focus less on the physical side and really become cohesive partners, best of partners. Evaluate what is most important to you as an individual. Evaluate your standards, your integrity. There's just so many facets to it that I think are really beautiful. And when we sit there and we pause, we're not in any rush. Why? We see the divorce rate, it's at its peak. It's so sad. But you know, it is what it is. And how can we combat that? What is the solution? You know, I always like to have a solution for my people. What do you think is the solution?
Yeah, well, for me, I mean, basically, you've got to find somebody who is a decent person and who's going to be faithful to you and honourable. And if you got somebody who truly, truly loves you and accepts who you are and is patient when you're not doing the things that she wants all of the time, or he, then these are great qualities. You were just something you were saying a few minutes ago just made me think about, we don't know each other until after many years. I just go layer and layer and layer, uh, down and down and down, deeper into understanding who my wife is. And true friendships can be like this. We don't really know a person. We think we do, but only later do we truly realize. And just two very insignificant things. My wife comes from El Salvador, and she had a very simple life there, and she dreamed of coming to America for two things, and I didn't pay attention, but now I have. And she wanted to go to a bar because she thought, wow, I wonder what happens there, what people do. And she doesn't drink, so it wasn't about drinking. And for me, I'm a recovered alcoholic, as it were. I used to drink way too much. Everybody just say, no, that's a normal amount, but it isn't. And I don't drink now. So to me, a pub and a bar is repelling, but she wants to go. And I'm thinking, wow, she said she wanted to go to the King's Head in Santa Monica. I'll make darn sure when we're safe to do that, we'll do it. She wants to experience, great. The other thing she wanted to go to concerts. She saw all these people, and I didn't realize how important it was. And when it's safe to do so, I'll make darn sure we're going to go. She's talked about Elton John now. I'm paying attention. Yes, we must go. So, guys, listen to your woman really carefully. Do not have this in your hands when you're talking to her. Do not have the television on while you're talking to her. Please listen. Your woman is precious. Give her, we can't do two things at once. Really pay attention to what she's saying and think about it, and go dig a little deeper as to why she's telling you the stuff, because we miss so many opportunities. To me, a guy's job is to make his woman happy. That's what we're here for. And when our woman is happy, it lights us up. It truly does. So this is a great opportunity to find out what our lady wants. It's so simple, and it doesn't have to be the most expensive thing. I'm remembering how much my wife loves food, so I'm making an effort now to cook all sorts of stuff. She doesn't like eating the same food. I made that mistake. Now I'm saying, okay, I'm learning this Chinese food, now this Indian food. I'm going to make some tacos soon. All of this, give her this variety. She'll go crazy for me.
Yeah, that's all you need to do, even if it means doing the dishes one evening, walking the
Mhm.
dog, the simplest of things. It doesn't
Yeah.
require an abundance of money. Just be thoughtful. If the birthday comes around, recognize that it's her birthday, for goodness
Oh,
sake.
yeah.
Or do nice things for her. Leave her a note in the morning. Place a piece of candy under her pillow. Whatever just that she loves. I think that's a great way to rekindle love in a real strained relationship. Not be dismissive of the other's feelings. It is so important that we are really in tune with one another. Clearly, yeah, I'm a big advocate for that. So I wish that we could see, if you happen to be here, please give us a thumbs up. And if you know anyone that could stand to hear this message, please tag them. And if you have any questions, please leave it in the comment box and we'll be certain to answer those. I love this topic. I think we have just become so diversified, our culture, that we just don't know what's right or what's wrong. Really go deep inside of you and focus on those things that are true to your, at the end of the day, you've got to be true to yourself. Otherwise, you're just like, oh, stabbing yourself otherwise. So just spend time with a coach. It could be one of us or someone else if you decide. Read some real valuable books that will help empower you. Your mindset has got to be in a total different place. It's all about integrity within your soul. At the end of the day, I love that golden rule. Would you do something to someone that you wouldn't want done to yourself? And it's just one of those, we just, even when somebody is having a bad day, extend them the courtesy of loving on them, giving them a call, from work, wherever you may be. Just, there's so many different ways, and there's so many books out there. Maybe I should do something, I've got 101 ways, I think it's a book. I've got 2 of them to show someone that you love them. I mean, I am all about romance and love, and it's about, finding someone that has, for me, that has that commonality, that has my same beliefs, that we are in sync to some extent. I also have to keep in mind that I have to raise a child, so I have to be very cognizant to that. So yeah, there's just so much that is out there, so much great material also to study up. Personal enrichment is just so imperative in this world that it's just so everywhere, but in the traditional sense. And I'm a traditionalist by, I was raised in a very untraditional, but I've always longed to have that traditional relationship. I was always surrounded by couples who loved one another, who just, like you were saying about taking women out to dance. If a woman likes to go out dancing, for goodness sake, go do it. It'll be fun, even if you have to chug down a couple. I don't know, whatever makes you happy. But just, be cognizant of your surroundings and everything else that's going on.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And it's just, I mean, there's some fabulous books out there, definitely. If I can mention just a couple of them. I mean, one that we should have all read by now is Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. And another one which I'm just starting to get into now. A lot of this stuff is very obvious advice. So what? Are we using it? That's what we've got to ask ourselves, because the power is in the action. It's not the reading. I can read a book and nothing's going to happen apart from make me feel good. But when I put it into action, then we really start getting something good out of it. And the other one is a friend of mine talked about 5 love languages, which I'm listening. I consume everything on Audible. Fabulous book, really, really interesting. And so I'm really thinking about, well, what is the love language of my wife? Because it's not what I think it is. And so this is what's, you talked about doing the trash. So I'm going, well, this is important. So I'm going to make darn sure that, I take on this day and this day or whatever, I'm taking the trash out. I take it out definitely twice a week or whatever, and things like this, and just get a routine so that she knows that I'm doing the job and it's not just now and again. And some simple stuff like that for specific women will probably mean quite a lot. Am I right, or am I just dreaming there?
No, you're not dreaming it. You're very accurate, on point. Do you believe that because you waited to marry much later on, that you are more refined in your ways, I guess you would say? Just a level of maturity, having gone through various relationships.
Yeah, definitely. I was definitely very too immature to get married earlier, for sure. I was engaged in my 20s, and that she went to university and changed, and I didn't have the ability to change with her. She just kind of went stratospheric. I didn't have the ability to change with her. And I think that's it. And I think also with maturity, you've probably done all your changing, so you know what you've got, kind of thing. And that's another good aspect. But yeah, but that's not to say that if you marry young, it's not possible, but it's just, yes, I have found it easier.
I'm an optimist too. Their statistics say that if if you're married, there's a high probability of you getting a divorce if you remarry. And I don't know that I truly believe that, because I have seen some couples be super, super successful. I believe that having lived it, we know better. We know better.
Yeah, I mean, there's two ways of looking at it. I mean, if you look at somebody who's crashed their car, they're probably going to do it again because they've got a bad habit. And so maybe with maybe that's not a very good example, but if you've got somebody who failed at a marriage, maybe there's a reason that they're failing at the marriage. So it's like, it depends. Excuse me?
No, I was going to say, you have to go inside. If there's an issue, you really have to do some retrospecting.
Yeah, I mean, we need to look. I mean, was it something about him or her that was wrong, or was it a bad choice? You know, did they choose wrongly and now they're on target and they've got the right person? It's a complicated thing, and statistics, I think, are very, very dangerous. I remember my applied maths teacher said, "Give me any figures that you want. Tell me what you want to prove and I'll do it. Because if there's anything that's not exactly what I want it to be, I'll give an excuse why they're irrelevant, wipe them out of it, and I can make anything fit what you want." So no, I as an engineer, I ask a lot of questions about what the statistics mean before I accept them. So yeah, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing sometimes.
Or you can be a rebel and say, no, that's not happening to me. I'm going to make it work.
Boom. And that's the way to make anything. Yeah, that is the secret sauce.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. And, we're all a work in progress, really. We just need to do some self-reflection and figure it out for ourselves. Truly, it's really a simple thing. So I love that love language, the 5 love languages too. That's a fabulous book, and I highly recommend it. And there's so many others. You can just go to Amazon, and if you have ever been through a divorce, I've written a book. Go take some laughs. There's that book right there. From pulling a huge canary palm out of the ground. I mean, there's so many crazy stories in there, but it is, you learn from all those experiences that only make you so much richer. So with that, I don't know, do you want to add anything else, Andy, before we close?
No, I love what you're saying about studying books or whatever. I realize now that on any topic about anything, it blows my mind how much deeper I can go and how much people have thought about something and pull something out of the bag which I'd not even thought of. I can never stop studying and learning, and I don't think any of us should. We all, wherever we're at, we can keep going deeper and deeper, and I love it.
Yeah, likewise with our friends, choose wisely, because we are the average of the 5 people we decide to hang out with. So be careful if you're sitting here watching. But yeah, that's a real good wrap. So I always like to say happy birthday to my friends. And we've got 10 of them. I'm not going to name them out, but happy birthday. Where's the bell? Oh, she's right here. So I encourage you guys to really, really evaluate what we have shared with you. Ponder your internal thoughts and consider implementing them in your life. You're certainly much, much better and stronger than you give yourself credit for. And you know how to reach us. We are here every Wednesday, as far as I'm concerned, here at 6 o'clock on Facebook Live. And we want to take your questions. So if you're watching, leave a question. If you're wondering about something, about either of us, we're here naturally to serve you. And you can find us. You can pretty much anywhere. You can message us, instant message us, and leave us a message. Also, I've got a book. Andy also is a coach, a relationship coach, and we're all, hi there, and we're looking to we're offering courses in the mastermind marketplace. I know I have one. Andy is working on his as we're speaking. So I encourage you guys just to take this, what we're sharing with you, seriously, because there it is. There's a huge pandemic, if you will. This is like the relationship pandemic, and we're better than this. We're a whole lot better than this. So until then, live with gusto, 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 and we'll see you guys on the bright side next week here, Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Extending you guys a lot of love and kisses. Thank you so much for tuning in live with us, and we'll see you later. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, Babette. Hi. People want pizza now. I'll see you later, Andy. Bye.
Bye for now.
Babette always comes at the very end.
I love it. How does she know? You're amazing, Babette.
I'll see you later. You take care. Have a great evening.
You too. You too. Thank you. Bye.